The ultimate crown corporate throne of the global music ecosystem has just officially collapsed into absolute, smoking ruins, and the entire world is watching the radioactive fallout happen in real time. Yesterday afternoon, the very structural foundations of the entertainment industry were permanently liquidated when high-security family court filings confirmed that Sean "Jay-Z" Carter has formally filed for a multi-billion-dollar divorce from Beyoncé Knowles Carter. This is not a typical Hollywood split. This is a catastrophic, geopolitical shift in the pop culture landscape triggered by an absolute, nuclear-level act of digital sabotage executed by the single most ruthless operator in hip-hop history, Curtis "50 Cent" Jackson. The G-Unit General has reportedly done the impossible, releasing a highly classified, red stamp surveillance tape originating from the deepest vault of the infamous, sealed Star Island Mansion archives, a tape that explicitly places the queen of the music world right at the center of the controversy. The physical receipts are out. The legal teams have been fully mobilized. Hollywood's premier, untouchable power couple is officially dead, and the dark shockwaves are currently tearing through the highest levels of global wealth and corporate boardrooms. An anonymous insider embedded deep within the high-end family court division has just leaked the terrifying, multi-million-dollar asset division files and the private panic-filled communiques bouncing between their management teams. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because we are pulling back the curtain on the hidden audio tracks, the exact sequence of the luxury lounge confrontation that shattered their marriage, and the high-stakes corporate secrets that are about to hit the public timeline next. You cannot afford to look away for a single fraction of a second. To truly fathom the absolute gravity of the total structural annihilation unfolding right in front of our eyes, you have to realize that for the last 2 decades, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were not treated as mere musical artists. They operated as a sovereign corporate state. They were the absolute, untouchable architects of the modern music economy, a billion-dollar marriage machine built on the concept of flawless perfection, absolute privacy, and total cultural dominance. Their alliance was protected by a fortress of high-priced publicists, elite private security, and ironclad corporate non-disclosure agreements that kept their past entirely locked away from public consumption. For years, the entire entertainment industry operated under a quiet, unwritten rule: you do not touch the Carters. While other legendary artists and legacy moguls saw their personal lives picked apart by internet blogs and media outlets, Jay-Z and Beyoncé maintained a cold, calculations-driven distance from the standard celebrity rumor mill. They lived behind the high, fortified gates of their $200 million Malibu megamansion, constructing a hyper-curated narrative of billionaire opulence, artistic genius, and complete marital solidarity. Their brand was a literal currency, a financial machine that controlled streaming networks, high-end fashion lines, luxury liquor brands, and stadiums worldwide. But underneath the flawless golden glaze of their corporate empire, a silent, terrifying ticking clock had been set in motion years ago. And the man holding the detonator was Curtis "50 Cent" Jackson. While the rest of the music industry fell completely silent out of sheer corporate terror following the massive federal raids and the subsequent high-profile legal sentencing of the Bad Boy Records estates, 50 Cent did what he has always done best. He weaponized the chaos. He didn't just stand on the sidelines. He launched a meticulous, highly aggressive digital intelligence campaign designed to systematically map out every single A-list asset that had ever crossed paths with those controversial lifestyle circles. 50 Cent's psychological warfare against the industry's elite reached an absolute boiling point with his highly publicized media moves and documentary project announcements. But as the world watched the outer circles of the entertainment business scramble, 50 Cent dropped constant, dark hints that his production team was sitting on a secondary, far more radioactive vault of unredacted data. He dropped cryptic social media messages, displayed highly specific, blurred flight logs from private terminals, and constantly mocked the frantic public relations maneuvers of the industry's highest-paid power couples. Even as the Carters attempted to present a united front to the public, making massive appearances at high-profile events like the Met Gala and putting on massive anniversary concert celebrations at Yankee Stadium to remind the world of their legacy, the structural pressure inside their inner circle had reached a catastrophic breaking point. They truly believed that their billions of dollars and elite political connections would provide an absolute, bulletproof shield against the incoming storm. www.ola.com. But they fundamentally misjudged the ruthless, unyielding discipline of 50 Cent. He wasn't looking for a corporate buyout, and he wasn't looking to play by the traditional rules of industry diplomacy. He was simply waiting for the absolute perfect moment of maximum global market impact. And that moment arrived yesterday when he leaked the final, absolute receipt that stripped the crown off the throne and forced Jay-Z to initiate the most expensive, explosive divorce proceeding in human history. The historic explosion detonated across the digital landscape at exactly 3:45 p.m. yesterday afternoon, completely paralyzing the global internet infrastructure. It started on an underground, highly secure digital hosting platform before being violently cross-posted to 50 Cent's personal media channels. The leak consisted of a highly condensed, 30-second forensic clip of highly restricted surveillance footage originating from a private, late-night event from March 2014 inside a secluded, high-security mansion compound. The visual clarity of the footage was absolute, terrifying, and completely undeniable. The camera, positioned at a high angle from a luxury private lounge area, clearly captured the unredacted, unmistakable identity of Beyoncé Knowles Carter standing in the center of an inner-circle celebrity gathering. The atmosphere inside the room was chaotic, filled with high-contrast strobe lighting, elite lifestyle brand displays, and high-profile industry figures who have spent the last 6 months aggressively denying they ever attended these closed-door events. The footage didn't just show an ordinary celebrity party. It clearly documented highly sensitive, controversial interactions and unredacted financial conversations that completely shattered the curated, pristine image Beyoncé had spent 20 years carefully building on the global stage. The video swept through the global algorithm like a wildfire, racking up an astronomical 10 million views in less than 40 minutes, completely crashing the servers of several prominent entertainment news platforms. The shockwaves inside the industry were instantaneous, freezing panic. This wasn't a blurred paparazzi photo or a cheap, AI-generated fabrication. It was a physical, time-stamped piece of concrete evidence pulled straight from a highly guarded, sealed archive. But then came the first truly devastating, historical twist of this entire unfolding disaster, a twist that transformed a massive public relations nightmare into a total, irreversible domestic execution. According to an emergency leak originating from a top-tier corporate legal firm based out of Manhattan, Jay-Z did not launch a multi-million-dollar defense campaign to shield his wife from the public outrage. In fact, he did the exact opposite. Less than 2 hours after the tape hit the internet timeline, a team of high-powered, red-stamped corporate divorce lawyers representing Sean Carter marched directly into a high-security family court clerk's office in California to file a massive, 450-page formal dissolution of marriage petition. As the leaked docket numbers began violently circulating among elite financial reporters, a chilling detail emerged from the text of the legal filings. The divorce petition wasn't just citing standard irreconcilable differences. According to the leaked court memos, Jay-Z's legal team has explicitly attached the leaked 50 Cent video asset directly to the court file as Exhibit A, using the highly controversial footage as the core, physical legal foundation to permanently invalidate the ironclad post-nuptial financial agreements that previously protected Beyoncé's access to their shared $3 billion joint business empire. The strategy was clear, cold, and utterly surgical. Jay-Z wasn't just walking away from the marriage due to public humiliation. He was actively using the leak to execute an immediate, total financial freeze of her corporate assets before her management team could launch a legal counterstrike. The power couple didn't just split. They went to war for absolute corporate survival. The catastrophic fallout from the court filing did not stay contained to the high-security legal dockets. By midnight, the entire global media ecosystem had transformed into an absolute war room. The trending hashtags #TheCarterDivorce, #50CentLeaks, and #the March 2014 tape completely paralyzed every major streaming network, amassing an astronomical 15 million posts as fans and forensic analysts frantically attempted to identify every single high-profile face visible in the background of the leaked surveillance clip. Then came the second, completely unexpected twist that turned this domestic war into an absolute emergency for major international entertainment brands. A verified, highly respected corporate intelligence account on X published a rapid series of verified financial transaction logs, revealing that in the 4 hours immediately following Jay-Z's formal court filing, 3 separate, ultra-secretive offshore holding companies based out of the Cayman Islands had suddenly initiated a massive, coordinated liquidation of over $400 million in premium music catalog shares and luxury real estate assets. The origin of the massive liquidation? A joint corporate entity co-owned by both Jay-Z and Beyoncé. The implication was clear, terrifying, and completely undeniable. The billion-dollar financial structure that held their shared empire together for 2 decades was being systematically, violently torn apart in the dark before the general public could even process the reality of the divorce. Within minutes of this financial revelation, a prominent mainstream news outlet claimed they had received an anonymous tip from an inner-circle source close to the G-Unit General's media camp. The insider dropped a devastating, secondary bombshell. 50 Cent's team had already anticipated this exact financial scramble. They had reportedly secured the full, unedited 3-hour version of the 2014 surveillance tape, meaning the current 30-second leak was just a tiny tactical warning shot. The full video reportedly contains explicit footage of high-ranking corporate label CEOs and tech billionaires co-signing luxury transaction receipts right inside the private venue. The reaction from the entertainment world's highest elite spaces immediately boiled over into public view. A prominent talent agency executive, speaking under strict conditions of absolute anonymity to a major entertainment magazine, violently slammed 50 Cent's aggressive tactics, calling it a dangerous, unprecedented execution of the celebrity industry. What Curtis Jackson has done yesterday isn't just an attack on a marriage. It is a systematic, highly deliberate liquidation of the economic pillars of the music industry. He has used a leaked, confidential surveillance asset to force a multi-billion-dollar corporate divorce on a global stage, causing immediate, catastrophic damage to major lifestyle brands, streaming platforms, and international entertainment contracts. If the networks and the regulatory boards don't step in to freeze this distribution, the entire luxury market of hip-hop is going to completely disintegrate by the end of the week, the executive stated, their words dripping with pure, unadulterated panic. But the digital momentum was completely, utterly unstoppable. By early this morning, an underground celebrity news network leaked a series of highly frantic, panicked text messages allegedly sent between a legendary lifestyle brand CEO and a high-ranking streaming network executive. The text chains, filled with panicked corporate terminology and frantic punctuation, laid out the true level of absolute desperation running through the A-list community. He's got the full 3-hour master file from March 2014. Jay has completely cut ties and locked down the assets to protect his own ledger. If 50 drops the next part of that tape, showing the co-signer signatures from that night, our entire international stock value is going to completely evaporate off the market. We need to freeze her accounts now before the next leak drops. The narrative had officially escalated past the point of no return. The secret party tape had successfully triggered the most violent credibility and financial panic modern Hollywood had ever seen. The global public wasn't just waiting for a standard press release anymore. They were watching a live, digital execution of a multi-billion-dollar empire where the hunter held all the distribution power. The global hip-hop community, the pop world, and the wider international business landscape have completely, violently splintered under the immense weight of this unfolding historical disaster. Social media timelines have become an absolute digital battlefield, with over 20 million users actively engaging in fierce, non-stop debates regarding the sheer destruction of the Carter legacy. On one side, a massive, highly energized faction of fans is celebrating the G-Unit General as the ultimate cultural executioner. They view 50 Cent's leak as a historic, long-awaited victory for absolute truth and transparency in an industry that has been notorious for hiding its darkest corporate sins behind expensive lawyers, media intimidation, and ironclad non-disclosure agreements for the last 20 years. 50 Cent just did what the federal courts and the mainstream media were too terrified to do for decades. He took down the single most powerful, untouchable couple in music history with a single 30-second receipt. He permanently shattered the illusion of perfection. Give this man a Lifetime Achievement Award right now. A viral post on X read, securing over 100,000 reposts in less than 3 hours. But on the opposite side, an increasingly vocal group of industry traditionalists, legacy artist managers, and Beyoncé's massive global fan base are launching an intense, coordinated backlash against the leak. They claim that 50 Cent is actively crossing a dangerous, malicious moral and professional line, using an unauthorized, private surveillance asset to publicly destroy a family, dismantle a historic marriage, and compromise a legendary woman's career solely for the sake of driving up streaming metrics, algorithm numbers, and global digital clout. The industry's heavyweights are caught in a terrifying, silent crossfire, completely terrified to say the wrong thing on record or take a side that could destroy their own corporate relationships. Prominent podcasters and media commentators are spending hours dissecting every frame of the leaked surveillance video, trying to accurately project the exact legal and financial casualties of the upcoming divorce trial. DJ Academics went live to an audience of over 400,000 concurrent viewers, breaking down the sheer catastrophic scale of the looming industry fallout. You guys don't understand the actual level of historical math that's happening behind the scenes right now. This isn't just a normal celebrity divorce. This is the literal dissolution of the highest financial monopoly in the history of pop culture. If Jay-Z completely detaches his capital from her brand and 50 Cent releases the full 3-hour master file with the unredacted corporate names, we are talking about multi-billion-dollar global entertainment contracts evaporating in 48 hours. The labels are panicking. The banks are panicking. Absolutely nobody on the A-list is safe in 2026, Academic shouted, aggressively slamming his hands down on his streaming desk. Even the unwritten codes of the rap world are being aggressively, violently re-examined by cultural critics. Commentary channels are pointing out that 50 Cent has successfully, permanently changed the dynamic of hip-hop conflict. He no longer needs to enter a recording studio to write a diss track to defeat his historical enemies. He simply leaks a physical, time-stamped surveillance asset and lets the high society divorce courts do the absolute, permanent physical damage for him. The old guard is shaking its head in disbelief, realizing that the rules of engagement in the culture have permanently, irrevocably changed. At exactly 2:30 p.m. this afternoon, the entire historical narrative violently shifted into a third, completely unprecedented direction that has left legal analysts, corporate lawyers, and Wall Street observers completely frozen with absolute disbelief. A high-ranking corporate compliance officer working within an elite international banking syndicate leaked a highly confidential, internal audit report to a prominent global financial news network. The audit report, stamped with the highest level of federal security markings, revealed that the massive 450-page divorce petition filed by Jay-Z's legal team was not drafted yesterday afternoon in response to 50 Cent's video leak. The incredible, terrifying truth? The digital metadata on the official court files reveals that the entire divorce petition and the financial asset freeze strategies had been quietly, meticulously prepared over 8 months ago, in late 2025, long before the surveillance tape ever surfaced on the public internet timeline. Let that sink in very carefully. This means Jay-Z wasn't blindsided by 50 Cent's video leak yesterday afternoon. In fact, it implies a far more intricate, high-stakes corporate alliance. A growing number of legal analysts are now openly suggesting that Jay-Z's camp had been quietly working in the dark alongside 50 Cent's media production syndicate, strategically waiting for the perfect global media moment to drop the tape so he could execute his pre-planned financial exit strategy with absolute legal immunity. But here is the final, most chilling detail that dropped just minutes ago, a revelation that completely changes the stakes of the entire global investigation. A technical court clerk working out of the Federal District Court noted that the specific file numbers embedded in the leaked March 2014 surveillance video match a highly confidential, active federal grand jury investigation into international offshore asset concealment and corporate racketeering. This means that the secret Diddy party tape 50 Cent released yesterday afternoon is not just a piece of dirty, celebrity gossip. It is a core piece of physical evidence in an active federal criminal case. By putting this specific file into the public domain through 50 Cent's media infrastructure, Jay-Z's legal team has successfully used the public internet to trigger a permanent, irreversible asset freeze before the federal grand jury can issue an official indictment against the joint corporate entity. The implications are absolutely mind-blowing. The power couple didn't just split due to a leaked tape. The entire marriage has been transformed into a high-stakes chess match for absolute physical and financial survival against an incoming federal sweep. The countdown has officially started. The panic is real. The files are verified, and the multi-billion-dollar empire is violently fracturing. What happens when the full 3-hour unedited master file hits the air? Who will be the next legendary celebrity to watch their entire corporate legacy dissolve in high definition? The entertainment industry has officially run out of time, and the G-Unit General is sitting at the master control panel, ready to press play. This is easily the most explosive, high-stakes structural shift in the history of premium entertainment commentary, and the corporate and legal warfare is developing at a white-hot pace. We are actively tracking the international banking movements, family court dockets, and federal compliance leaks to bring you the absolute latest updates the exact second they hit the wire. But we need to hear from you right now because this is a historic cultural moment that is permanently changing the rules of the game, and your perspective matters. Do you believe Jay-Z was secretly working in the dark alongside 50 Cent to orchestrate this massive financial exit strategy? Or do you think 50 Cent completely blindsided both of them to permanently destroy the highest power couple in music history? Who do you think is the tech billionaire desperately trying to scrub their name from the full 3-hour master file? Scroll down to the comment section right now and drop your absolute raw thoughts. Let's get a massive, intelligent debate going under this video. If you want to stay 3 steps ahead of the algorithm, if you want to see the exclusive breakdown of the leaked 2014 surveillance files the second they are verified, and if you want to get the emergency alerts the moment the next part of the tape drops, you need to do 3 critical things right now. Smash that like button to push this truth deep into the global algorithm. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you never miss a single emergency update. Share this video across every single platform with anyone who thinks Hollywood's secrets are safe. Keep your eyes locked on this channel, keep your notifications turned on, and brace yourselves, because the next 48 hours are going to completely redefine the game. We will see you in the very next episode.